All right, this is the JK Theory. I'm Jay,
I'm Kay.
and this is the podcast where nothing is off topics. We talk about anything and everything. We give it to you raw and uncut, no filter, and of course, even on the serious topics, we try to put in a little twist of comedy into it. Because at the end of the day, you just got to laugh about life sometimes. Am I right?
That's right.
So, on today's episode, what we have for you is an interesting topic, and it is: should women have male besties? So I don't know. A lot of times, I don't even want to say sometimes, a lot of times that just sets off red flags, right? So if they have male besties, just for the sake of argument, we'll say one. Okay. Let's just say they have one male bestie. I don't know, man. How do you feel about that?
I'm cool with it. Uh, that person was there before I got there, so ain't nothing I can say. If that's the person she feel like she can trust and she latches on to, that's just what it is. I gotta accept it.
Okay. Okay. So scenarios, right? JK theory time. You're obviously gonna meet this male bestie, right? Because they're besties, right?
Right.
Right. And male bestie's not giving out that bestie vibe, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, of
Um,
course.
and what are the excuses you always hear from the female? Oh, he's like a brother to me. Bitch, you
Hmm.
ain't got no brother. Like, what do you mean that's a brother to you? I've seen that porn on Pornhub, okay? No, like a brother to you. How you think? Come on. Oh, he doesn't, I don't even look at him that way. He doesn't look at me like that. You're crazy. Him?
That's a
Fam.
lot.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
She
You can
might not
tell.
look at him like that. She might not, but I can guarantee you, he's he's waiting on an opportunity. He is waiting on an opportunity.
I hear you. I hear you. Because, I mean, okay, I don't want to say all of the time. I can't speak for all guys, right? However, I'm a guy. So I can speak. I can say something. So my whole thing is if I'm single, right? And there's this girl and she calls me her bestie and nothing has happened, is because either nothing has happened yet and I'm waiting for that opportunity, or I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get something out of you. You know, yeah, you can buy me lunch when we go out. You can pay for drinks. You can co-sign a little something, something. But there's some sort of an exchange there. Am I right?
Um, Most times I would think so. I mean, in actuality, I think for a guy to be a girl's best friend, it's usually he's waiting for something to happen, like you said. Like he's just waiting in the background. Like, okay, this dude ain't gonna last that long. Once he's messed up, and he will mess up, I'm just gonna slide in there and be that comforting shoulder for her to lean on. And yeah, I think that's what most males besties are for themselves, not for the female. The female probably thinks that he genuinely wants to be her friend, and I just don't see that as a thing.
It is difficult because now I'm going to go a little bit deep into this.
Okay.
If you meet this bestie and you can tell the bestie's intentions isn't to be the best friend,
Hmm.
the intentions is he's a predator waiting to pounce, right?
Right.
That has to give off some sort of red flags to the male as okay, either this girl is very naive, she's blind to the fact that the bestie's actually looking for something else. She might just be a little bit too dumb to hang around with. Because if she can't see that, she can't feel that, and she's telling you, look, no, there's no way he's this, and that. But you know for sure, look, every time you walk by, he's staring at your ass. Like, come on, that has to be okay. She's not on my level, or she's not there. She's too blind. She's got her blinders on. She's too comfortable around him. She's got her blinders on, and it might just be a sign of weakness.
I don't look at it that way because I feel like okay, he's there. If something would have transpired, it would have happened already. So I mean, he can wait just like everybody else did. If I'm in this position now where I'm with her, he doesn't play a factor for me. I always look at things like nobody can break you up. The only person that can break you up is you and that person you're with.
Oh
Nobody else.
no, I don't
No.
know.
Check this out, bro. Nobody is a factor until you make that person a factor. There is no way a person can come in your relationship and break y'all up unless that relationship is already on the rocks.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. Already on the rocks, which means there's some sort of a bond, a connection between you and that partner. Now, there's times where you're just starting to date a girl,
Hmm.
and I'm sorry, the girl's weak minded. So she's going to listen to all the friends, whether it's male besties, whether it's female friends, whatever, and she's just going to fall into that trap. I mean, how many times have we heard the story where yes, it's a male bestie, and no, they've never, or they don't go out, but this one time, they kissed, or this, yeah, they slept together one time, or there's always been that one time story.
I mean, it happens. It happens. Uh, but they didn't end up together. Now, me personally, well, that's a totally different thing. I'm not gonna go with that one. But I will say, I don't feel like people are a threat for me. Like when I'm in a relationship, you're not a threat. I don't give a damn if you've been a bestie for 20 years. You're not a threat to me. A lot of times people are only a threat when that other person is insecure with something.
Okay.
So if you're not insecure, if you're not an insecure person, then that bestie is not going to play a factor at all. Like 0%.
Okay. Okay. What if you start noticing that the bestie's cock blocking you?
How could they do that?
Oh, are you what?
Yeah, how could they do that?
Okay, okay. Okay, bestie, right? So eventually you guys are gonna go on like a double date or be in some sort of a party atmosphere or a nightclub atmosphere. You
Okay.
know, you're trying to, you're sitting there with your lady, you're holding hands, having drinks, whatever, enjoying the atmosphere.
Mm.
And he sees that you're getting a little bit lovey-dovey, and bestie decides, hey, why don't we go do this real quick? Pulls your girl aside. Why don't we go do that? No, no, no. Goes against everything you want to do. You know, it always comes up. Where do you want to eat? Right? And there's always that major debate between men and women. Where do you want to
Right.
eat? Oh, let's go to the steakhouse. No, I don't know. I'm really feeling fish. And the bestie goes, yeah, fish sounds good. Who wants steak? Nobody wants steak. Playing the hater card, right? Always agreeing with the female side. Always going that route, always trying to put you down, or pretty much having your opinion not count or not be valid.
Impossible. It's impossible. Like I'm so sure of myself that okay, if I ask my girl and they're there with us, hey, y'all want to go to Benihana's? I don't freaking know, just restaurant. And she's like, no, I'm not feeling that. Let's go to
Cheesecake
a
Factory.
Mexican restaurant or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna say, okay, cool. And the bestie is like, no, let's do this. Let's go to this place. I personally don't care as long as it has food. I can find something on the menu that I like. So that's never going to bother me.
So the food thing is kind of just an example. It could be, going out to do something social where no matter what you say, it's wrong. And no matter what she says, he's gonna dick right on her and be like, "Yep, let's do that. Let's go here. Let's go there." Anytime there's a debate or a conversation where you have your point of view and she has her point of view, he's gonna side with her every single time.
But I don't care about his opinion.
But he's there, and it's a conversation, and it's involving everyone. Do you get what I'm saying? So and
But
again, I'm just
he
throwing
also
different
has a girl.
scenarios.
I'm taking he has a girl too.
What if he does? What if he doesn't? Either way, either way.
So if he has a girl, then I'm just gonna play off that girl. Like there's ways around it. But if it's not, if it's me, him, and her, which will not happen all the time. So every once in a while, when it's me, him, and her, that's cool. We can do what they want to do. Or I'm the type of person, I'm like, look, because I don't, I don't do clubs like that. That's not really my lingo. So if they like, hey, we want to go to a club, I'm just probably gonna be like, okay, so y'all two can go to the club. I'm going home to watch the game, and baby, you just let me know when you ready to come home. It's as
Okay.
simple as that for me. Because, like I said, I'll trust you. If you don't give me a reason not to trust you, then whatever. And if I can't trust you, I'm not gonna be with you. I'm just gonna break up with you. So, like I said, there is never a point in time for me that other person is going to play a factor for me.
So playing the whole drama card, right? What if it's something where, for example, it could be your birthday, or it can be, hey, you just got a raise. Something
Mhm.
happened. You want to celebrate, right? So you're like, hey, babe, let's go to this restaurant, or let's just kick it at the house. But I'm gonna order, your favorite, whatever, blah blah blah. I just want to kick it with you. I want to spend time with you, right?
Right.
And then just before you take a bite of whatever it is that you just ordered, she gets the call. Oh, and she goes to you and says, "Kay, he's really having a hard time. He just broke up with his girl, and he wants me to go over and talk to him. He just needs somebody to talk to, to hold his hand and stuff. So, I'm gonna go head over there. Do you mind if I go head over there?"
The fact that she now, if you would have came with that situation where she didn't ask me, where she was like, "I'm going over there," we would have probably had a problem. Uh, but the fact is, do you mind if I go over there? Fine, whatever. Go help your friend. Like I said, your friend was there before I was. So clearly you care about this person a great deal. So I'm not going to get in the way of that. That's perfectly fine. If you feel like your friend needs you at that moment, I would suggest you go over there. Because if one of my friends called me, bro, if you called me and was like, I'm going through whatever, I need to talk to you, she better understand because that's just what it is. Like if Tay or Trey called me, same thing. Like it's just that's what it is. So no, I don't. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like my birthday, okay, we can celebrate tomorrow. Anything we can do tomorrow or the next day, whatever. It can be rearranged. Your friend needs you, go over there because it also shows me that you're loyal to people that you care about, and that's a big thing for me.
But also remember, you're still you know what his intentions are,
Oh, of course, I know what his intentions
and
are,
his intentions are nothing good. His intentions are not to have you guys be a happy couple.
but like I said, I wouldn't let him ruin that. The only person that can ruin that is her. That's it. Like he doesn't play. He has no factor in this relationship at all. Not for me, because you're not going to get me to that point. I know what you're trying to do. I'm a guy. I can play this role. I can play this game. I'm great at games. So making trying to make me mad or jealous or whatever, that's not gonna work. It's just not. Like I'm not the jealous type. So you don't bother me. Hell, basketball on. I'm ordering pizza. I'm chilling.
Okay. So, do you think now this was with the theory of the bestie, the male bestie is a guy that's interested in her, right?
Right, yes.
Do you think it makes things easier if the male bestie was gay and you
Right.
know that he
Easier?
doesn't want that gay friend doesn't want nothing to do with her, they're just legitimately friends. Would it make it easier?
Yes and no. I guess the fear factor of him wanting her is not there, but the fear factor, I guess, to a lot of guys would be how messy the other friend is.
Hmm.
Because I think a lot of times they look at, for some reason, they look at gay males as being messy and, you know, trying to influence her to do a lot of stuff that she probably wouldn't do per se. Like,
There is a stigma behind that. Yeah, there's
yeah,
like yeah, I can definitely see that. Now I've met gay men that are you wouldn't know are gay. They're
yeah, yeah,
manly
definitely.
men.
Hmm.
They will tell other gay men that are flamboyant and say, knock this shit off. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we're not here for that. Relax. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the the attributes of the
Mhm.
male bestie, right?
Right.
Now, do you think it'll make a difference if the bestie is bi?
I think he'll have the same intentions as a straight guy, honestly.
So again, I feel, and if I'm wrong, correct me.
Hmm.
You're coming from an idea where there is already a strong bond between you and the girl.
Hmm.
So you guys are an official couple, and you're just pretty much putting the ball in her court. Like if you decide to play ball over there, you're gonna deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, pull it back some. You guys
Okay.
are just starting, right?
Okay.
It's
Hmm.
probably date number three.
Okay.
You know, you guys are just starting to get to know each other. She wants to, meet some of your friends. You want to meet some of her friends. That's what she introduces to you. And I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking on my behalf,
Okay.
where if I see a weakness in someone that I want to be with, I have to approach that weakness to her or present that weakness to her and get her insight and see where she stands.
Right.
Because
I feel
I'm
that.
sorry,
Yeah.
I can't be with somebody that's gullible. I just can't. If you're gonna fall for one thing over and over and over, you're gonna fall for everything.
But is that gullible? Because I feel like 95% of women have bestie friends because all I hear from women is I can't deal with women.
Yeah.
Women are hard to deal with. Women are conniving and backstabbing. And I can't trust this bitch and yada yada yada. Like that's what I hear from other women. So most of the time when I talk to women, I expect them already to have some type of male friends.
Okay. I can definitely see that. But from my experience, when I talk to those women that say that oh I can't stand women. I don't have a group of girlfriends because I just can't stand women. I think it's because they're such a strong personality themselves, and when they trust hard. They
Yes.
trust a lot,
Hmm.
and they don't expect anything back, but they might not say it, but I can tell they expect that loyalty in return.
Facts. Yep.
You know, if I'm gonna ride for you, you're gonna ride for me. Period.
Yeah.
So a lot of people aren't built like that.
True.
You know, so I think, you know, fellas, if you find somebody that says that, you know, I'm not friends with a lot of women, da da da, they're too chatty patty, whatever the case is, that might be a good trait and start from there. You know, now if she says I'm not friends with a lot of women because they always hating on me and blah blah blah, she might be doing other things out there. But you know, guys, look out. That might be a good trait.
I yeah, I mean, bro, I don't know. Women that I've talked to, they all got male best friends, some way, form, shape. You know what I'm saying? My problem, my problem is if you have no friends at all.
Mm,
That's a red flag for me. If you don't have friends at all, if I talk to you and be like, well, I don't really have friends, you're like 30 something. What do you mean you have no friends? Did they die? Like what why? How do you not have friends? Like that's weird for me because it also talks about your personality and who you are as a person. So nobody wants to be around you. You don't have one damn friend.
mm.
And then I look at it as if you don't have any friends, that means you're going to be super clingy to me more than likely. Where everything that I do is going to be under a microscope. And it's going to
Okay, okay.
and it's going to be
So
times where I want to do stuff and that doesn't include you.
gotcha. Okay, okay. So what if, and just throwing another theory out there, this one I just thought of.
Okay.
We'll go away from the male bestie, right?
Okay.
I've ran into a few of these types before. What if the bestie is a female, right?
Mhm.
But she's a man hater, bro.
Oh,
Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah.
Man. And I, when I run into the man hater, the girl that I'm with, the woman that I'm with, will tell me that she's a man hater,
Yep.
and they'll still like, oh, whatever, you know. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Or you have the friends where, okay, I've never ever in my life have had a group of friends that will talk shit about each other behind their back and then all kick it.
I've had that.
Maybe it's because of where I'm from, maybe because of the way I was raised. If I'm kicking it with you, you're my people, I'm not talking shit about you.
No, but I've been around that before. I don't understand it.
I don't see how
But
healthy it is. Okay, so I mean, me and you, there's no surprise out there. You know, we've known each other many years. We went to high school together.
mhm.
You know, we come from a place where if we're in a group and we're kicking it and something goes down, one of us gets hit, somebody gets jumped, we get in a fight. We all get in a fight.
Everybody fights. Yep.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So my whole mindset has always been if I say that's my boy, that's my boy.
Right.
Something happens, that's my boy. I don't care
Yep.
what it is. I
Mhm.
could be driving in a car and I see you getting jumped. I'm stopping the car and I'm getting out.
Facts.
You know, with uh, with females, it's different. It's
Yeah.
whoo, it's
Yeah.
insane.
I don't know what it is. Like this is one of those shows where we need a female perspective because I can I don't know what it is. I guess it depends on the day. Like if I like you that day or not.
Do you think, coming from a male perspective, do you
Mhm.
think that it's like a competition thing with the females?
I think a lot of times it is
Okay.
because if you listen to females talk, like even when they're getting dressed, they be like, "I'm not getting dressed for the dude. I'm getting dressed for the girl that I'm going out with."
Mm.
because that's like her that's who she's competing with. That's her competition. Even if she got a man, she still wants to look as good or better than her friend. It's just one of those competitive nature things with women, I think.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I think with me, it's or with guys, it's different. It's where like remember when we went to prom, we all had our tuxes, and it's like, bro, if I look good, I want my whole crew to look. I
Yeah.
want the table to look good.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find that picture, I lost it. I don't got where we're all at the at the table at prom. We're all in our suits and shit. Man, you definitely got to send that to me. But
I got you.
I was proud at that moment. I'm like, look at all of us, just
Mm-hmm.
looking good, hanging out. But yeah, with women, I think it is very competitive. I think it all eyes on them kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, with me, maybe it's my personality, but I've always wanted my crew, my people, to look good. We represent each other to lift us up. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree 100%. And I don't want to say all women are like that because I have ran into women that are like that. But I think a lot of times that women get caught up in that fairy tale competition that they have in their heads.
Mm,
And I think that's where a lot of times they can't go, they can't be friendly or friends like that a lot of times. Where why a lot of women don't have a lot of women friends.
gotcha, gotcha. And unfortunately, I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes where you've got that woman that's very strong, very very smart, um, but the women around her, they weren't very loyal, and
Yeah.
they backstabbed her. They It's almost like they're there for the admiration or the ability to say I was there for them, so everybody else can look and see what they did.
Yep.
But when it comes down to brass tacks, they're not there. They're they're absent. It's weird.
And and the one last thing is, it seems like a lot of times it's some sort of jealousy within your circle with women. Like it's always that somebody's jealous of something, and they could look better than a person, but maybe that person has a car that that person don't have, or they have a their boyfriend they think is too good for the person that they with. Like
Mm.
it always seems to be something in that circle where some form of jealousy has occurred, and it's like, damn, can't y'all be just happy for each other? Like this
Yeah,
person doing good, like let them shine.
yeah.
Everybody should
No,
get that term.
you're absolutely right. I mean, I've seen that. I've seen that before, and I have been around situations like that I've stopped myself and thought like, wow, I can genuinely be happy for someone.
Hmm.
That they got the they got the new car, they got the house, they got the nice
Yes,
job. Like I can be so excited for someone, and then think like, wow, there's somebody out there that's actually hating on the fact that that person's leveling up or that person's moving up. You
yes,
know,
the saddest thing, man.
to me, it's like if there's somebody in my circle that's moving up, bro, we all moved up.
Exactly,
We all moved up. That's it.
exactly. Yep,
You can hit $1 billion. You don't have to give me a dime, but I know I'm like we moved up. Like he's
yep,
doing good. That's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? So and with women, it's almost like why does she get that?
yeah, yep. Hmm.
You know? And I think they need to change the mindset, or maybe the strong-willed women or the women that are know what they want. Maybe that's why they have less friends because they're process of elimination, just
Yep.
chopping off the fat.
Hmm.
So speaking of friends,
Yeah.
um, if you're in a committed relationship, are your partner's friends considered your friends? or is there like a boundary? Should there be a boundary? Is there a boundary? You know, I've heard before in relationships in the past, well, that's my friend. You can't, you know,
Mhm.
you can't have that bond, or you can't do this. Or if you guys break up, it's like you can't call him, you can't call her. Like that's my
Right.
friend.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Is there some sort of a boundary there?
Ooh, that's now that's a hard question because I feel like for me, and I'm only going to talk for me, people. For me, I will say there probably is going to be some sort of a boundary for the simple fact, like it gets awkward.
Okay.
Um, if me and my girl break up, I'm not looking to call her friends and be like, "Hey, y'all want to go do something next Thursday?" Like,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? Like, I want if when we're together, if we stay together, like I want my girl to be cool with the people that I'm around and talk to every day. Like I want that. Like that's important for me, for her to get along with the people that I'm around. Because like I said before, with the whole they're not going anywhere. So you either gonna deal with her or you probably gonna be out because my people aren't going anywhere. They were there before you. Hell, they're going to be there after you. That's just how it works. So, yeah, I want them to get along. But once we break up, mm, I mean, if y'all still talk or whatever, that's cool. But am I going to be hanging out with all of y'all? No, I'm not doing that one.
Okay. So let's say a theory, okay?
Hmm.
You guys have had several double dates or several hangouts. You guys pretty much know each other's families or whatever the case is. You know each other, you know?
Right.
Just to make the situation a little bit easier to follow, it's you and your girl meet her friend, right?
Okay.
And her friend's a female,
Okay.
and her friend has a boyfriend.
Hmm.
You guys are kicking it all the time, whatever. Friends on social media, see each other in the street. Hey, what's up? Kicking it, right?
Hmm.
Now y'all break up.
Okay.
You're not calling her female friend. You might be calling the guy. Hey,
Right.
I'm at the bar. Hey, I'm this, whatever the situation is, you know?
Hmm.
You want to come kick it, blah, 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 blah. Is that okay? Or is that still like a, well, we're not together. That's the boundary. Should there be a boundary? Because now you kind of have history.
Right. Um, I guess it all depends on how close or how cool me and the guy has become.
You guys are
Like,
cool. No, there's no beef, no problem.
I mean, I can be like, hey, bro, it's a game coming on. Want to go to sports bar, hang out? I can do that. That's perfectly fine for me. I'm not going to ask him to bring his girl, or
Right.
you know what I'm saying. Um, but for me, I guess it would be up to her, honestly,
Her, her as in your ex.
my ex,
So you think
because
she has say on who you can hang out with?
I think in that case, yes,
Mm,
because those are her people. So we're not together anymore. I need to I still need to respect her boundaries and what she's uncomfortable with.
okay.
Because I'm not trying to start a wave between her best friend and her best friend's man. That's just fucking up his relationship.
Gotcha.
So I will talk to him and be like, hey, do you think it's okay? Is it cool? Are you even gonna tell her that you're hanging out with me? Type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because people, depending on how the relationship went off, people can be very petty.
Yeah. So do you think in that situation you'd put it on the guy friend and say, do you think it's okay for us to hang out? Or will you contact your ex and be like, "Hey, do you mind if me and so and so hang out?"
Me being me, I'll probably bite my bite the gun, as they say, and call the ex and be like, "Hey, do you mind if I hang out with so and so?" And if she say no, I don't want you talking to my friends. Hey, all good. I got my people still over here. That's fine. But if she's like, I really don't care if y'all cool, y'all cool. Then hey, every once in a while, ain't no. I don't think there's nothing wrong with watching a game, hanging out, kicking it for a while.
Okay. So if the tables are turned, what if the friend reaches out to you? Hey, there's a game going on. Do you want to come over the house? Blah 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 blah. Do you still call your ex? Because he called you now. He's extending the olive branch, inviting you
I might be skeptical.
over. It's a setup. Is she gonna be there?
Yeah, that's gonna be my first question. Is she there? Is she gonna
Oh,
be there? Type. Yeah, but if he did that, then I would have already assumed that he talked to his girl, and his girl said it was okay. So then I'm cool with it.
cool, cool. So there was a scenario that I'm gonna bring up that
Mhm.
has happened to me. So me and my wife, we've been together for years, right? So
Yeah.
I was working at a call center,
Hmm.
and a teammate on my team, she was really cool. We started, talking video games. We're talking PlayStation, Xbox
Yeah.
games, blah blah blah. And she's like, "Does your wife game?" And I'm like, "Yeah, she'll play here and there." So she's like, "Why don't you come over, me and my boyfriend's house, and we'll talk and have snacks, whatever, and play."
Right.
So we did that. We were mad young. This is when we had really really little kids. So we went and played and kicked it. Everything was cool. Me and her boyfriend, we hit it off. We were cool.
Mhm.
Come from totally different backgrounds. We would just talk all the time, blah blah blah. Everything was dope. Time goes on, something happens in their relationship. They break up.
Right.
I've always been cool with dude. He's always been cool and respectful with me. Literally never had any beef whatsoever. Nothing. Same with her. Never had any beef.
Right.
She's been
Yeah.
cool or whatnot. But once they break up, it's almost like she fell off the map. Like,
Mm.
she wouldn't hang out. She wouldn't invite. She wouldn't extend the olive branch.
Right.
It was almost like me and my wife broke up with her, kind of a
Right.
thing, right? And so we're like, well, he's always been cool. We're kicking it with him. We're still, hey, what's up? Blah 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 blah. Do you think that's wrong? Or in that situation, do you think that's okay because she fell off? She stopped hanging out. She stopped inviting. It was just weird how that whole our friendship just wasn't there.
Right.
And now we built a friendship with her man.
I mean, scenarios like that happen. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Uh,
So if she would have said you guys can't hang out,
I don't think we're close enough for you to dictate that.
mm, I feel
Like,
that.
yes, I don't. We work together. We're not like buddy cool. We hung out a couple times. Yeah, I don't think we're close enough for you to dictate who I can and can't hang out with like that.
Gotcha. So as far as the whole boundary thing, I think at the end of the day, it just depends what kind of level of friendship you're at,
Yep.
right? Depends what the history is, if there's history. Going back to should women have a bestie, I guess, right? Because it doesn't matter
Right.
at the end of the day, male, straight, bi, man hater. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, it's something in that relationship. Whether it's outside factors, it was the relationship that just didn't last.
Yep.
Excellent. I like that theory. I like that. So, this is the JK theory. Guys, leave a comment. Fellas, girls, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear some input. And Kay's absolutely right. This would be a perfect topic to hear from the ladies. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely eager to see what you ladies have to say. If you want to reach us to us personally, you can. Our email is thejktheory@gmail.com. And once again, I'm Jay,
Okay.
and this is the JK Theory. Peace.